Hello and welcome to Math World. Today we're going to talk about unit rate. Alright, so unit rate is a ratio with a denominator of 1. So ratio with a denominator of 1. We want that bottom number to be 1. We want to find out how much we can get for 1 of something. And this is really common when you have money. So let's start with this first example, 20 hamburgers for $50. Well, the first thing we're going to want to do is set this up as a ratio. Now, which one should be on the top and which one should be the bottom? We always want to put the money on the top. We want to put the money as the numerator. And we'll put the 20, I'm going to put H for hamburgers, on the bottom as the denominator. Now, can we figure out how much one hamburger cost? Can we figure out this price? Now, if we used our method of cross multiplying, we would do 50 times 1, 50, and divide by 20. Well, we can kind of skip that step for unit rate and just go right to 50 divided by 20. That's the only step. Top number divided by bottom. Let's use our calculator here and find out that 50 divided by 20 is 2.5. And so we could say that one hot dog cost $2.50. There's our unit rate. We found out that one hot dog is $2.50. Now let's look at this next one. $12 for 60 pencils. Notice that the word problem kind of switched the order of the things they told you. It's okay because we're going to have the $12 on top. We want to do the money divided by what we're trying to find out to be 1. You always want to put, I'll use P for pencils. You always want to put the thing you're trying to find out per 1 on the bottom. So how much does 1 pencil cost? Well, again, we have to go and do our top number, 12, divided by the bottom number. And turns out 1 pencil is 20 cents. It's only going to be 20 cents for a pencil. Pretty easy so far? That's unit rate. How much per 1? Now it gets a little bit more complicated when we have amounts that are not money. Which one should we put on top and which one should we put on bottom? Well, it depends on which one you want to find out per 1. If I drive 1,200 miles and I use 40 gallons of gas, I want to find out how much miles I get for 1 gallon of gas. That is called your miles per gallon, and that's a lot of cars will tell you their miles per gallon. Well, let's use our ratio. If I want to figure out 1 gallon, then I need to set up my first ratio with gallons on the bottom. Let's put the gallons on the bottom and we'll put the 1,200 miles on top. Now that I have it set up, I can do 1,200 divided by 40. And turns out the answer is 30, meaning that I can get 30 miles for 1 gallon. 30 miles per gallon. That would be the gas mileage for that car. So whenever we want to find out unit rate, we want to do top number divided by the bottom. We do this a lot of times in comparison shopping as well. Say you have a big old box of juice for $2, and that juice comes with 100 ounces of juice. And then there's another deal where you can get a smaller bottle of juice for maybe 50 cents, but it only has 20 ounces of juice in it. Alright, so which is the better deal? Should I get this little 20-ounce bottle for 50 cents, or should I get the big bottle of 100 ounces for $2? Let's set up unit rate for each of them. Let's put the $2 on top and the 100 ounces here. I'm going to try to figure out how much I'm paying per ounce. Alright, well, the unit rate for $2 for 100 ounces would be $2 divided by 100 ounces. Turns out I'm paying 2 cents an ounce. 2 cents for 1 ounce. And the smaller juice, I paid 50 cents, and I'm going to divide by 20 ounces. And that says I'm going to pay 0.025 cents per 1 ounce. So, which one's more expensive? 2 cents or 2.5 cents? Well, this one's more expensive, so this would be my cheaper amount. I'd rather pay 2 cents per ounce than 2.5 cents per ounce. And if I was buying a lot of these things, it would add up. I would definitely want to get the cheaper rate. So there's using unit rate to comparison shop. Well, that's it. Unit rate, and I'll see you in class. Now for a word from our sponsor, Papercut Games. Today's game, Magic the Gathering. Alright, now this is one of my favorite games. It's one of the most popular and successful games of all times. I've been playing it since I was 12 years old. So in this game, you're actually going to have these different cards, and there are literally millions of these cards that they've made. And the cool part about this game is you actually buy these cards individually or in packs, and then you build your own deck of cards. You build your deck of cards to do whatever you want. So like I have this deck here that has lots of goblins, and there's all different types of ways you can build your deck. There's goblins and knights and wizards and soldiers and banshees, and so you can build them however you want. There's 5 different ways you can build. You can build white cards, you can build green cards, you can build red cards, blue cards, and black cards. And they each have different kind of themes of what they do. But you build the deck, and then you play someone else, and they have their own deck, and the two of you fight each other with these cards, and they all have like attack powers and spells, and the goal is to deal 20 points of damage to your opponent to win. So there's lots that goes on in this game. But another cool part about the game is that it's so popular that there's also people who like to trade them. So there's a huge collecting aspect to this game. You don't just play, you collect the cards. And I keep mine in this binder because some of them are really nice and they are really powerful and people like to see them. So it's kind of it's like trading baseball cards, but they're Magic cards. But not only do you get to collect them and trade them, but then you play with them as well. So it's really, it's a huge game, and if you get into Magic, sometimes it can be a little overwhelming. Maybe borrow a deck from someone who has some cards and check it out and see if you like it before you get into it, because it can be quite expensive. That's it. That's Magic the Gathering. I'm Mr. Bigsby, and I approve this message.